whatever you think makes this verse sound bad, you are correct. And if you go and look up the context, it will support just that.
I already gave context to one of her verses, but she went on to say that so many people already gave her context for that using apologetics and asked me to help explain the rest. So here we go.
First one is Numbers 21, 2-3, which says, Then Israel made a vow to the Lord and said, If you will indeed give this people into our hands, then we will utterly destroy their towns. The Lord listened to the voice of Israel and handed over the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their towns. So this place was called Hormah.
Alright, I get why this verse feels disturbing at first glance. Numbers 21 says Israel prayed for victory in war and God answered. So the question becomes, why would God answer prayers for war but not stop sick or starving children? Here's the first thing that matters. Context. This passage is not about God randomly blessing violence. Israel is in a specific moment of history facing nations that were actively attacking them. In the ancient world, war was not optional, it was survival. This is not a story of conquest for greed. It's about protection and preservation of people through whom God had promised to bring redemption to the world. Second, the Bible does not present God as indifferent to suffering. In fact, Scripture repeatedly shows God grieving over human pain, commanding care for the poor, the sick, the widow, and the orphan, and ultimately entering suffering himself, which leads to the bigger issue. This argument assumes that if God exists, he must immediately stop all suffering. But if God removed all evil instantly, he would have to remove human freedom. And without freedom, there is no love, no responsibility, no moral good at all. The Bible is honest about this tension, and God sometimes intervenes, sometimes he allows human choices to run their course, and sometimes he works through people instead of bypassing them. And that's why the Bible doesn't just ask, why doesn't God stop suffering? It also asks, why don't humans care for one another the way God commands us to? And here's the final piece most people miss. Christianity does not claim God stayed distant from suffering. It claims God stepped into it. Jesus did not explain away pain. He entered it, carried it, and died under it so that suffering and death would not have the final word. So this verse isn't proof the Bible is man-made. It's part of a much bigger story about God who works through history, human responsibility, and ultimately redemption. Now that doesn't remove every hard question, but it does show the Bible is far more complex and honest than your soundbite allows it to.